Hi guys! So recently I got an email from a young lady that was looking for an initiation ritual for herself. And I messaged her back and said, I do have one, but I feel that if you haven't at least been studying for a year or in that area, that you should start with the dedication. And I told her I also have one of those if you know, she's looking for something along those lines. And she messaged me back and she said, well, why can't I do the initiation? What's going to happen? Would something bad happen? Is what she said. And that in itself said to me that she's not quite ready to make that type of commitment, to take the next step in her path, as it were. And as it turned out, she has just actually discovered paganism. She came out of a Christian background and decided she wants to be pagan. So she was looking for the initiation so she could take those first steps. I think it's wonderful that people are looking into paganism, into Wicca, into witchcraft, whatever you want to entitle that path or your path or whatever. I think it's wonderful that people are looking into these paths, but they are a serious thing and they should be taken seriously. And if you're coming into this path, you know, take it seriously. Don't jump in with 2 feet and expect to master everything in you know, your first 2 weeks. I think that that's difficult to understand, especially if you're coming from a path like Christianity, where you can pretty much learn everything you need to know in a couple of hours. If you were raised Christian, you know the mythology like the back of your hand. Your parents probably bought you those kids' books and had the DVDs of the Bible stories, and you know, but you really don't even need to know all of that mythology to know what the faith is about and to master it, because there's no real mastery. That's what people go to seminary for, or the nunneries for, or, you know, but that's not the average man. But when you're talking about the pagan faith, or pagan faiths, I should say, they're about you mastering it, not someone else. They're not a priest or a priestess that is going to do all your work for you. It's about you connecting. So you really need to have those basics under your belt before you take those steps, before you make the step into initiate, or before you take the step of saying, I am whatever your title is. Okay, it's okay to say, hey, I'm new. I'm studying paganism. I'm studying Wicca. I'm studying witchcraft. Rather than saying, hey, I'm a pagan. Because the fact is, if you don't know what that really means to you and what that really means, then you're not being, let's say, completely honest when you take that title. Okay? The first step that I tend to suggest to people, rather than stepping right into the initiation, is a dedication. You want to dedicate yourself for 1 year. Say, you know, you're to go through this ritual of dedication, not only to say to others, to say to the gods, to say to the elements that this is what you want to do, but also to dedicate yourself and take on this commitment that I am going to put the next year of my life into mastering the basics, into learning the basics. Every day for the next year, I am going to take 10 to 15 minutes to meditate. I am going to take 10 to 15 minutes to read a book. I am going to practice and study. I'm going to learn to visualize. You know, all of these things that you really do need if you're going to grow and progress in these paths. It's okay to be new. I think because so many people in the pagan community have been at it for years, and it seems like everyone knows all this information that you don't know. And I think that that makes it very hard for people to say, well, I don't know this stuff. Because everyone wants to be in the position of giving advice and helping others, and they want to know everything quickly and now. And the fact is, it doesn't work that way. You can't do that. You know, there are literally people who have studied for 30, 40, 50, 60 years and have not mastered it all. You simply just, you can't master it all. Okay? It's just not doable. So don't think that you're going to step in and study for a week, read one book maybe, look at a website, read through a blog, and say, I know it all, and this is the path I want to be on. You can't do that. Take your time. Get to know yourself, get to know your path, get to know the basics, and then take that next step and become, you know, take that step of initiation and the title of I am a pagan, I am a witch. You know, it's not for others. This path isn't about doing things to impress someone else. It's not about taking on a title so that others think that you've been doing this, or think that you've mastered something, or you know, it really is okay to not know the answers to things. That's why there's so many books and websites and vlogs and blogs and you name it. That's why they're out there, is to help people who are brand new learn their paths. I was going to use this video as kind of a how to get started, but now I'm 7 minutes into it and it's kind of been more of a rant. So I think I'm going to do a second video that really walks through some of the books and websites that I personally would send new people to, rather than making it all one long video. But, you know, I think it's very important to get this idea that, you know, it's okay to be new. You're not going to come in and just be a priest. You're not. I have been at this for 15 years, and I am far from a master of anything. And I'm not afraid to say that. Yes, I have a lot of knowledge. I have some experience. Unfortunately, over the last, let's say, 5 or 6 years, my practice has fallen away, and I'm only really now getting back into a daily practice. But once again, that's me being human and admitting, hey, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I haven't done this every day for the last, you know, for my whole life. That's okay. It's okay to be human. It's okay not to know things and not to do things. And that's why there's so many of us out there who are willing to teach and help others fulfill themselves. And really, that's what this is about. It's about fulfilling you. It's not about a title so that everyone knows you have all this experience. It's about fulfilling you. It's about finding who you are, connecting with your inner self, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your higher powers, for you, not for anyone else. So don't feel the need to act as if you know things that you don't know. Don't feel the need to take titles or claim a position that you're not ready for. It's okay if you're not there yet. I hope I haven't kind of rambled on that a little too much, but I think it's something that people really struggle with. I think that people come from families where they were raised or taught one thing, and they've known it their whole lives. And it's difficult to then take the steps to slowly become something else. And it is a slow process. And I think we want what we want, and we want it right now. And that's not what this path is about. That's not what you're going to find. So take the time, relax, talk to other people, ask questions, read, do tons of reading. But don't jump in and get in over your head and get overwhelmed. The only thing that's going to do is hurt you. It's going to cause more negativity, more stress, and it's going to hold you back. So don't do it. You know, feel free to ask questions. I'm here. Message me through my Facebook. Let me know what help you need. I am willing to say, you know, I can help you. If I can't help you, I'm willing to send you to someone who can. That's what we're all here for. Use that. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stop now before I get into the books and the websites and whatnot, and I'm going to do a second video on that. So look for that second video, and I'll see you in a little while.